Cleveland Brown fans, you guys got a new defensive lineman as well, and his name is Jadeveon Clowney. So Jadeveon Clowney has signed a 1 year, $10 million contract with you guys. And he has released a statement. And before I say the statement, this was reported by ESPN's Adam Schefter, and he said, and I quote, he says, "I've been getting double teamed an awful lot in this league. I'm looking forward to playing with somebody dominant on the other side with Myles Garrett who can draw a double team. Maybe I can go one on one." Last month he ended up visiting with the Cleveland Browns, but left Cleveland without a deal. And general manager Andrew Berry also heavily pursued him last season with Garrett, but the three-time Pro Bowler decided to reject that contract and signed the 1 year, $13 million contract with the Titans last year. And Kevin Stefanski, the head coach of the Cleveland Browns, also made a statement. He said, and I quote, "We're excited to add Jadeveon to our defensive line. He's a disruptive force that will help us against the run and pass. We've been able to make some nice additions to our defense throughout free agency. We are looking forward to getting to work so we can improve our team." Last year, he didn't have the best season, Nate. He only had 19 tackles with 0 sacks in his 8 games before suffering a season-ending knee injury in November. He had surgery in December and is expected to be at full health for the start of the 2021 season. And he actually made a quote on his injury too. He said, and I quote, "I feel great now. I'm looking forward to this season to prove to guys that I'm back healthy and I can still dominate in the league." And the source for this was obviously ESPN, as I mentioned, with Adam Schefter. So you know what, Nate? You start first. Your thoughts on Jadeveon Clowney joining the Cleveland Browns?
First of all, congratulations to Jadeveon Clowney on joining the Cleveland Browns. Best of luck to him in the orange and brown. Yeah, man. I mean, although he didn't have the best season last year, and to be fair, he did suffer an injury that ended his career. Not his career. I almost said his career. That ended his season. He can have a bounce back year. Who's to say he can't? And if he does, the Cleveland Browns are getting a really, really good defender. Alongside Myles Garrett. I got to be honest with you, Mario. If he stays healthy, the Cleveland Browns just got better. And you know what? That's what it is moving forward. The Cleveland Browns had a very good season last year, something that we expected out of them for the last couple of seasons. Now they're starting to get to that point. You know what I mean? They got the right coach, they got all the players, they got their quarterback, they got their offense and all that. Now you just gotta, look at last season. You know what I mean? 'Cause they came really, really close to beating the Chiefs. They were that close. They were that close, plus a ref screwing over teams as usual.
And it was a
This is very
defensive
common.
game too.
Yeah,
It wasn't an offensive powerhouse. That defense was on him.
yeah, yeah. It was a really close and really good game. And honestly, they look back at it, and that's what I do. If I'm a general manager, if I'm a coach or a player, whatever the case might be, I'm looking back at last season, and I'm going to be like, oh yeah, like this is where we need to improve on. 'Cause we want to be better. You know what I mean? Even though you're a good team, there's always room for improvement. You know what I mean? They can use, they decided at this point they need another defender to play alongside Myles Garrett, and that's the decision that they made. And I can see Jadeveon Clowney being a very, very, very good asset to this Cleveland Browns defense. You know what I mean? So with that being said, honestly, I'm very excited to see this Cleveland Browns team. Obviously Cleveland fans can say that a lot better than I can because there's something they haven't seen for years. The Cleveland Browns, we're all used to laughing at them. We're all used to making jokes about them because they were, let's be honest, they were absolutely terrible. They were the factory of sadness. But now they're turning it around. They won a Super Bowl in Cleveland. And I gotta be honest, I can see it happen. I really can. Next, can I see it happening this season? Though I think that's a bit of a stretch. I think there are teams that are still better than them. Buffalo Bills, Kansas City Chiefs are a relatively better team. The Colts are, in my opinion, I think the Colts are still up there. But hey, I wouldn't, if they do it this year, they can shut me up and be like, hey man, even though those teams are better than us, we can still make the Super Bowl. It'd be pretty cool to see. But with that being said, best of luck to the Jadeveon Clowney in Cleveland. Best of luck to Cleveland. And honestly, Mario, I'm excited to watch this team play. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah, well, first, congratulations to Jadeveon Clowney on signing with the Cleveland Browns. And congratulations to the Cleveland Browns. Look, man, I'm gonna put it this way: Jadeveon Clowney needs to go back to being the Texans guy, the Texans defensive Jadeveon Clowney that
Right.
we knew. He needs to go back to that right there. Because in Seattle, he only had 3 sacks, and this year he had 19 tackles, so he wasn't having a good season. You could say, yeah, he had an injury, but let's be honest, Nate. Okay, those 8 games, he didn't do a lot. He didn't do a lot for them, obviously. So he's got to go back to being that guy. And since he's left the Houston Texans, we haven't seen a lot. We haven't seen a lot out of Jadeveon Clowney. Jadeveon Clowney had a very good system built for him in Houston. Say what you want about Houston, but he was playing very, very good there. In 2018 and 2017, he had 9 sacks and 9.5 sacks. So he was having a pretty good seasons there in Houston. In Seattle, 3 sacks, and then in Tennessee, he had 19 tackles. It's not the Jadeveon Clowney we want to see. But like he said he's been getting double teamed a lot, and now you're going to Cleveland Browns with Myles Garrett, who's absolutely an amazing player as well. So maybe you'll have more success in Cleveland. I wish him the best of luck. I do. I want to see Jadeveon Clowney do well because he is a very good player. And it's very unfortunate. It's very kind of upsetting to see him play the way he's been playing in Seattle or the way he's been playing in Tennessee, because that's not the way Jadeveon Clowney plays football. Jadeveon Clowney is known for being a disruptive and fair defensive lineman. Turn back into that guy. He's not on the age. Obviously when years go by, your age gets higher, but he's not old. You know what I'm saying? Jadeveon Clowney is not an old player. So when you really think about it, Nate, he's got so much time. He's got more time on his side. He's on a good team, a very good team, a very good defensive team as well. You got on the other side, you have Myles Garrett who could produce a double team. So become that guy again. Because and it could possibly happen. I could definitely see it happening because when he was with Houston in his best years, it was him and J.J. Watt. You had to worry about double teaming J.J. Watt, and then Jadeveon Clowney would have had more openings to get sacks and everything like that. So that's what I want to see out of Jadeveon Clowney. I want to see him become that Houston Texans defensive player again. Okay? I want to see him play like the number 1 overall pick that he was. You got another number 1 overall pick on the other side of Myles Garrett. I want to see you play the way he's supposed to be playing. So with that being said, I wish Jadeveon Clowney the best of luck. I think the Cleveland Browns, it's all going to, depending on whether this is a steal or not, it's all going to depend if he plays worthy of the $10 million that he's getting. That's what it's going to depend on. So with that being said, I wish Jadeveon Clowney the best of luck. I wish the Cleveland Browns the best of luck. And like you said, the Cleveland Browns, they're absolutely a contender for a Super Bowl. Maybe not this year, but I feel like they are a contender for the Super Bowl. Remember, they're getting Odell Beckham back too. So, and they had a very promising season with the guys who backed up as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how Cleveland plays. So with that being said, I wish Cleveland the best of luck, and I wish Jadeveon Clowney the best of luck. And again, I'm looking forward to seeing him in the brown and orange.